Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Mr. Khairil Azli to give some speech.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to the Education Conference. I am so pleased to have the opportunity to welcome you all here today. Before I begin our topic of discussion today, let me introduce myself. I am Khairil Azli Mat Yusof, ID number 860213335075. Course of Oral English OUMH 1303. Today, topic highlighted more on persuasive type of speech. The utmost topic of discussion today is all about where current education system in Malaysia that promoting an atmosphere of fear. Dear audience, please wake up. We are in year of 2020 right now. Why our education system still outdated? We need to change in order to produce generation that is creative and innovative. Whether we realize it or not, Malaysia education system is promoting of an environment that encourage the fear of failure, fear of humiliation, and fear of disapproval. Such an environment not only destroy a children's love of learning, but may also squash any curiosity they may have, thus modeling adult who live and think reading about. What happen when they grow up in an environment such as this? They become a society that tolerance rather than take a necessary step to make the change they wish to see in the world. This happen because they fear of failure. They are related to take a challenge of doing something to improve time saved. If we take this issue lightly, we may produce an productive generation. They only learn because to score A in order to get appreciation and avoid humiliation. Please, we want productive generation that balance in very aspect. Of course, they can do and explore in many area, not only academic, but with aware education system. They only appreciate student who excel in academic. We need to encourage student to do anything and do not afraid of failure, because there are a lot of successful figures that face failure but they never give up to achieve the success. The real failure is one we stop our effort and give up. My fellow audience, so what kind of education system that discourage fear of failure among students? Firstly, Ministry of Education should redesign the current teaching strategies. Teachers frequently have to rush through their syllabus before a major test instead focusing on students who are lagging behind, causing students to be like turtle in a rabbit race. Teacher need to be given enough space and time to help with student so that student do not feel inferior. Besides, teacher should always encourage the student to pursue their interest and passion. For example, some of students tend to be weak in listen but they have a good skill in business. So, a teacher encourage their passion and always remind them to balance both education and business. Please do not degrading student and differentiate the best student and weak student because it can lead fear of failure and fear of disapproval. Hence, those students does not have real learning and tend to memorize rather than understand syllabus to score A. This situation happened due to avoid humiliated in front of peer and fear of disapproval. I really said and sorry to see this situation. Everybody should know the real concept of learning. We learn to understand and if possible to practice them in our daily life. Not only memorize, then we forgot it. It does not practicable. Please take note, especially professional of education to help aware generation. Please take note, especially professional of education to help our generation. Next, our education system should be balanced for classroom teaching and not non-classroom teaching. What a difference between classroom and non-classroom teaching? Classroom teaching is learning that conducted by teacher in classroom, while not classroom teaching is learning conducted outside this classroom, such as physical education subject. Mostly our education system is more focusing on classroom teaching. I didn't say is it not good, but for better enhancement, I suggest making a balance of both. The teacher should aware in each student passion and their skill. For example, if many students have passion in business, the teacher may suggest to school to provide a seminar in order to be good in business. For example, good marketing, better in handling business account and so forth. Ladies and gentlemen, there are benefits if the education system that promote fear of failure among children can be eliminated. What kind of benefit? One of benefit I found is children will be more creative and innovative. To give clear picture, I come out with an example. Let's say of student A only focus to be better in academic, while student B very good and survive skill in other work. Student B is more independent than student A. We put them in forest equipped only important thing and no food and drink. Of course, student B can survive longer due to this creativity and innovative to get food and drink. So, here please do not limit their creativity and curiosity. We should encourage students to explore everything around them. The knowledge does not only come from the book. The knowledge may come from our surrounding that the two develop important skill. Second benefit I want to highlight is we can produce generation that dare to make a reformation from Malaysia. The reformation I mean is item of economy, social and politics. All knew that Malaysia in developer country. Our government being managed by X generation. Of course, we need to be aware that in future Y and Z generation going to take over the current reins of leadership. Thus, Y and Z generation should have courage to make better reformation to Malaysia. If we produce a generation that can only cope strategies and fear of failure, how can our outdated system strategies being changed to be better? It will still copying the current strategy to be a successful country? Of course, the answer is no. That's why we need a productive generation to realize Malaysia goal. Dear audience, it seems like time is quite limited, so I had to put an end on my speech here. But before that, I want to conclude my speech. Again, I hope all parties work together to resolve this serious issue. Let us change our outdated education system for the benefit of future generation. I want to see a generation that is more quality and creative, that able to do something to make Malaysia as developer and powerful country. Please do not limit our children creativity, and please help them to eliminate any feeling fear of failure, fear of humiliation, and fear of disapproval. They are in learning process. We should encourage them to pursue their interests and be brave to take the challenger. Please do not condemn their interests as long as it is lawful. If they fail, encourage them to never give up until they achieve the success. Thank you for lending me your ear. Please remember, our actions today will determine successfulness of future generation. Thank you.